Preston are very excited about their teams, but hitting them out onto the ground. Joe Lumachese just going out of shot there. He kicked the winning goal last week with 6 seconds to go in a very exciting victory for them over Paran. And there's Crow, number 11, an exciting player to watch. This team only won 8 games last year. Already this season, they've won 4 games. We'll take a look at the
build up again for Paran. I think Paran coming off a high against Werribee helped us. I think they thought that probably looked at results when we were beaten easily against Sandy, and they had a good win against Werribee. I think they were a little bit flat, and we sort of built from them. I think they had a big lot to do with it.
And the conditions ought to suit you.
Yeah, today, sure, you know, we've got a couple of big man players, but our game is naturally running the ball. And the windy conditions today, if we can get it and run it and break them, that's going to be our game plan.
Now, here's the Werribee lineup. That's as the club have furnished us with their team.
Good win after a disappointing game against Paran, but maybe the boys might have been feeling it after 8 hard weeks with that pre-season comp and the first 4 rounds. So I suppose you're entitled to drop one now and then.
And here is the ladder going into this game. Werribee in second place. They've dropped just that one. Sam Kekovich and Phil Cleary. Quick, gents, a tip.
Good afternoon, Peter. Good afternoon, Phil. I'm going for Werribee. Just marked contrast in styles here this afternoon. We'll see pace and precision on Preston's side. By comparison, we'll see Werribee height and strength. I think height and strength may prevail, Philip.
Well, I give Preston a real chance, Sam. Great victory over Paran last week, and they are very quick, and the wind might restrict the Werribee tools.
Handball comes out to Crow. Mark in the pocket. The timely one. Werribee kicking with the breeze. They won't rely on that to do it all for them, though, as McPherson gets it across to Cullen. Moving it down the grandstand flank. We'll get some sort of gauge on the wind from that very accurate weatherman, Ross Booth. He's on the boundary line. Good afternoon, Ross.
But yes, a couple of goal advantage to the right of screen that Werribee are kicking with, and a bit of pugilism taking place in the Werribee rooms before the match, warming up with the boxing gloves.
Well, they've taken Phil O'Keefe's lead. Let's hope they don't follow his short-lived pro ring career, which lasted 50 seconds.
Didn't throw one punch, Peter, they tell me. He landed on his backside.
There's Normington paddling the ball across, and it ran free of Stanley. Fitzpatrick got in there, had it taken off him by Dunbar, underground pass, but Jamie Shaw gets a chance to chip it towards the goal square. Harrington's pulled off the ball. They have the numbers here, the Bullets. If they can only get hold of it, they're going to get a goal out of it for sure. No, a miss from in the goal square. Dobell, was it?
Yes. Gee, that was a poor miss.
Well, Matthew Dobell missing a sitter. I think William Dobell, the artist, could have kicked that one.
No, we can already see some of the thought that's been injected into this game by the Werribee camp. Joe Lumachese targeted as a potential winner by Donald McDonald, and of course Rod McPherson has the job on him, tagging him.
Ball finally comes back to Linton Fitzpatrick, but they had the numbers there, Preston, and really should have goaled.
Well, what a boost that would have given them too, Peter. A goal into the breeze, and a sitter it was.
Burrows spoils. Cullen behind the pack to right. Down through the corridor go Preston, and there's McDonald starting on the ground as we expected, and Donald McDonald directly in front. He came out yesterday to gauge this breeze, so one wouldn't think he'd have too many problems here. Yes, through for a behind. Well, 2 goals that should have been kicked have been missed in the opening 2 minutes of play.
Yeah, looked good through the air, that. He allowed for the breeze and unfortunately just missed. But Donald McDonald certainly a key in this Werribee lineup. Oh, fine mark.
Well, on windy days, the kick-in is very difficult. And this is Andrew Button, sporting a goatee, I think, from when we saw him last year. That's a good mark.
Just chimed in across the face of the pack. Forced the ball into the breeze. Will be dropping short.
Kicking from 40 metres. Excellent kick. There's the first major. Andrew Button gets it.
And King and Lumachese for Preston.
Sam, sounded as if you know all those matchups.
Yes, Ross. Well, I did a bit of research last night, and I thought which players would conceivably be matching each other up.
Watts, Rod McPherson.
But I will be honest and say that I spent a lot of time in the Werribee rooms prior to the game.
You jump on any bandwagon, you would. Loose ball.
Not for that purpose, Ross.
By Hot and the ruckman, Lou Cheesy. Listed his Polgar. The slick back here. Wide towards
I thought a seagull must have
David
got
May.
him.
No, he had it in the rooms. He's been a great player for the Bull Ants. On centre wing. Drives it into the breeze. Looking for Shaw. Back goes Crow, 11 in front of the pack. And Power takes it over. Norwington takes it over, I should say, Sam.
Yes, Werribee will have to be very guarded against Preston's style of play because they do chip the ball around in the most unassuming positions, and players tend to leave players because of that very fact, but they get a shock when the ball does go across there.
Snap across the face, a difficult one for the backs. Knocked out of Graziano's hands. Oh, nearly holding the man there. Over the top of the ball, King. Trip is the call.
Oh, that's terrible.
Oh, well,
that is disgusting.
He should have got a free kick earlier, but he's got one for a trip, which Jamie Shaw looking ruefully on from behind there.
Have a look at this.
Where's the trip here?
Holding the ball, if anything. Terribly soft. Gee, why do umpires do that? It's a blight in our game, that.
Andrew Miller, the man in white there, adjudicating. Preston should get their first goal out of it from Paul King.
Oh, dear.
Well, the crowd's reaction tells the story. 2 behinds, it should be 2 goals for the Bull Ants, even kicking into a strong
Well,
wind
when you kick into the breeze, if you get a couple of goals like that, Peter, you really unsettle the opposition. You get them very nervous because they know they've got the advantage of the wind, and that's really set Preston back.
Fitzpatrick. Well, that is a big kick over the centre circle. Well, almost over the centre circle. Not to measure that one. Cameron Wright. The big fellow. 2 kicks and it's nil in the square. Jaggers is at the back. Raving at McDonald. He's infringed.
It's been held.
So, Sam, I don't know what you think, but Glenn Reeves picking up McDonald, really, that is a big ask for Reeves, isn't it, given the height difference?
Well, they'll obviously have to reassess that, Phil. There's no doubt about that. But Glenn Reeves has been in terrific form, even though he's missed a couple of games, but, you know, arguably Preston's best player.
So, Breeze from left to right. And steers it through. Second goal on the board for the...
putting it down. Harrington's backhander. Spun out to Wright. Been a good player this year, Cameron Wright. Plenty of Bull Ant defenders, but it falls to McMaster. McPherson got a terrific shepherd, and McMaster couldn't kick the goal.
Marks in the forward pocket.
Very good in close, Preston.
Well, that's right, Sam. I was saying earlier they didn't look as strong as Werribee, but in that little bit of play, they were terrific way. Dunbar found his way through, took the ball, found a space, and set up. They're very neat with the ball and very creative, Preston. 5 possessions for Jamie Shaw. He's been in good form this year too. The Indian lady there will smile, Ross, if this one goes through.
Yes, and the bird on the point of the shoulder. 1 goal to Shaw so far. Graziano will have to fly with Watts, and he may have marked. The umpire says yes. As I was saying to Sam earlier today,
Jones into Normington. Jones goes again. Hellman, he hasn't got it. Umpire Harvey right on the spot.
Could have been pinged earlier anyway for that indiscriminate kick.
Johns across to King. Now Shaw trying to get front position. Now which way is that going?
Yes, Jamie Shaw was using his body there to gain the spot, and I think he was just grabbed.
Move out, Preston. Move out, thanks.
But I'd say a little bit technical too.
Well, Jamie Shaw,
Fitzpatrick certainly thinks it was technical.
leading goal kicker in the competition with 37 so far this season. Those hands almost enveloping the footy. And he's made no mistake with this one. Second today for Shaw. And the last 7 or 8 minutes have been all the Bull Ants. And they moved within 8 points.
When you think really good football,
he's great at arching that back, isn't he? Winning those free kicks.
Well, he was 3-1 though, Ross.
Graziano getting it to Lumachisi. The Italian duo on to King. And here's Shaw. Well, we saw him from a similar position. See the ball slide right across the face of goal. So there needs to be a player or two on that left-hand behind post. But Shaw, I think, will compensate.
Be a very good kick, Peter, from there. But this is one bloke who can do the most unpredictable.
14 points the difference. Again, it goes across the face, and Harrington knocks it through for a behind. And in the marks, just one man, but you need the correct mark. Was it mark number 1? I somehow think it might have been Shane Gardner with that sensational grab last week down at Frankston. Here he is again. He was just sensational at full forward, kicking 6 goals, marking everything that came near him. And why not? Third time lucky for Gardner on the goal line. Superb spring, wonderful mark. He did it all last week. Now, Steve Hamill's goal. Terrific instinctive snap from the skipper. Matt Ryan. He saw his opportunity. His man was down. He went on and kicked the goal. And we had to fit George Gorozides in. He kicked 9 goals, 1 from 11 kicks. And here he was, seeing his opportunity, springing up, terrific recovery, tremendous goal. So you need the number corresponding to the mark you think was the best from Shane Gardner. 1, I think everybody will go for that. 2 or 3. Thanks, Karen. And there's Donald McDonald coming out of the room where his team have been locked away, getting instructions from him, heading out onto the Cramer Street Reserve, and they have the lead, as they have had, apart from the opening seconds when Preston kicked it behind. 14 points the lead for the Bees. Ross Booth has been listening to the coaches at three-quarter time.
Well, there's a very good feeling in the Preston room.
The trouble is they're getting on with the game and he's not.
Back a metre, back a metre.
Here's Ray Dern.
Right there. Play now.
McMaster, spoilt by Dobbs. Stanley did well to get the handball to Normington. And here is Mark Cullen.
Played a fine game. Good four-quarter player, Mark Cullen. 2 goals for the match. Lining up for goal number 3.
He's had 25 possessions today, Sam.
Did a lot of work in that first quarter, Peter.
Came from Footscray to Werribee last year. He's back on the kick. Oh, big fly from Power. He never got anywhere near the ball. Cotton. Chased down by Power. Stanley gets it to Button. Geary wanting it. Stanley. The snap is good.
Well, it certainly was, Peter. Darren Stanley there. He came from Coburg originally, now playing with the Bees. That was a terrific goal. Late in the game, of course, scores don't matter particularly much, but over the shoulder. Playing with a bit of future.
They work hard keeping it in their forward line. I guess that's a hallmark of most teams these days, but long run from Power to put a tackle on...
And Mazda for donating this. Hopefully it's about time I got it, because I drive from Croydon to Werribee, so I'll get a few Ks out of it. So.
Well, not a lot of possession to you, but a great nullifying game on Jeremy Crowe.
Yeah, I just tried to keep him down and just punch it and go defensive, so try to do my best.
Yeah, OK. Well, congratulations, Frank. We'll just make it short because we'll have a quick word to Donald McDonald. Here are all the Werribee players hanging around. They're not spraying the water. You've used enough ice on your legs there, Donald. Any left for the other players?
Yeah, there should be. I'm just a bit stiff in the calves and that, so I just precautionary just come off the last few minutes there, yeah.
Hard to shrug off for a while, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, they had a dip all day, Preston, and I just thought that could have gone either way there for 15 minutes. The first 15 of that third quarter, it was really, I was really a bit worried about it there, but to our guys' credit, they just kept hanging in there and we just went over top of them.
OK, well done.